Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. Of course, there's a lot to talk about in the Lowcountry today, so let's get started with our headlines. As we told you last week, the state has taken over the Jasper County School District, citing negligence by the school board as the main reason for the takeover. But that board now wants a second chance and has decided to appeal the state's decision. After 2 hours of closed-door deliberation, the board voted 8-0 with one abstention to fight its termination by the state board, calling the state's move excessive for what it called a few problems over the last few years. That meeting might be the last for the board after being dissolved by the state's emergency declaration. The state's takeover is expected to be done in 2 phases over the next 6 years. The first 3 years focusing on evaluation and providing support to stabilize the district operations, followed by phase 2, which would see the district transition back to a fully elected school board. If, however, their appeal is successful, the board would be reinstated to once again run the school district. Did you know that the State Law Enforcement Division, or SLED, has a dogfighting task force charged with rooting out a sport that's still remarkably popular in the state? Well, they do, and recently they arrested 54-year-old Spencer Lamont Moultrie of Seabrook and charged him with a felony mistreatment of animals after 9 dogs were found on his property with signs of abuse. Moultrie could face 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine if convicted. Last year, 60 people were arrested and over 230 dogs were rescued from fighting rings in 16 South Carolina counties. And in 2024, the Animal Defense League recognized South Carolina as the most improved state in animal protection law enforcement. The building boom in Hardeeville and Jasper County continues, with thousands of new units planned to break ground in the coming months. The new development will be located on the southwest corner of Exit 8 off I-95. Called South Point, the project plans to mix 1,400 new homes with 50 businesses that include 10 restaurants, 3 hotels, and a grocery store, all in a walkable community on 360 acres between I-95 and John Smith Road. Early site work could begin before the end of this year, with the first phase completed by 2030, tied in with the expansion of I-95 through the Lowcountry that will begin next year. And if you're wondering what the clear-cut space on Highway 278 next to Hilton Head Lakes and across from Margaritaville will host, a Charleston-based developer is planning to build a townhome and single-family home community there, though details and timelines are still a bit sketchy. Healthier eating is at the top of the agenda for Health and Human Services Director Robert Kennedy Jr., and it seems Governor McMaster is on the same page, as he is expected to issue an executive order that would ban SNAP recipients from being able to purchase junk food or sugary drinks with the benefit. A half-dozen states have already received waivers this year to restrict the terms of SNAP offerings, and another half-dozen had pre-existing rules. The hard part is deciding what will or won't be covered by the new rules. Louisiana bans the purchase of soft drinks, energy drinks, and candy. Florida adds prepared desserts to that list. Arkansas also doesn't allow the purchase of fruit and vegetable juices with less than 50% juice. Over 270,000 households in South Carolina currently receive SNAP benefits. And there's been a lot of attention focused on shark bites in the Lowcountry this summer, but you might just be more likely to be bitten by a copperhead snake. Yes, it is also the season for the state's most common venomous snake. Copperheads are most likely found around this time of the summer, closer to dusk and dawn, staying out of the hottest part of the day. They like areas of heavy vegetation, debris piles, or areas with old wood and junk that attract other rodents. They don't lay eggs, birthing live young in litters of 6 to 9, though sometimes more. The good news is that the copperhead bites are rarely fatal, but they do need to be treated quickly. If you are out and about, stay in open areas or on trails, and watch out for your pets. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And after a quick break, we're going to chat with Alex Brown, so don't go away.